What's up, and welcome to the Indie Credible Podcast Ep63, a weekly podcast where we go through the world of indie gaming, we go through all the latest indie game news, we go through all the indie games we've been playing, and we cover a main topic. This week's main topic all goes around the Golden Joysticks. They've just announced their Ultimate Game of the Year shortlist that you can only vote on for 1 week, and inside that list there are 4 indies. We're going to talk about the indies that are in the list, and then also cover other games that are in the list, and maybe would we replace some other games with indies that we think deserve more attention, but more on that at the end of the show. As always, I'm Lewis. You can find me at What's Up Woody. To my left, you can find Tom. Hey. Well, he is Tom, and you can find him at Shooting Profit. And to my right is Dan, and you can find him at the Dice Bear. If you want to follow us on social media,
Don't.
How's it going, guys? How has the week been? I know we spoke quickly about them, but
yeah. In the post show, if you were a patron, pre-show, post-show, post and pre, you get them both. If you get them both. On Patreon.
There's 2.
Yeah,
there's 2.
$1 a month.
We don't shut the fuck up.
That's true. Sometimes they go.
And you also get a week early access to the Not So Indie show, which we'll be recording later on today.
Oh yeah.
But you're good.
I'm good.
Half term?
Half term, mate. Oh my god.
These fuckers.
It's a feckin' joy. You've had 2 weeks of this shit. You
I
must
have,
be bored by
and this
now.
week has been
arguably
arguably productive, depending on what you would. Sarah would say it's been very unproductive.
So
Right.
I'm gonna say it's.
But
So you played lots of video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot. But I'll talk about that more in the Not So Indie show because most of the stuff I've been playing a bit of both. But yeah. But,
And just spending time with the family. It's been really nice. I kind of shirked off doing a lot of the stuff I should be doing. You know, reviews and bits like that. Been like, fuck it, I'm on holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Nice for you guys.
You pay us more. You guys become more patrons. Give us some money and make this so I can make it a job. Then I won't slack off like that. I'll slack off in new and better ways.
That's right. Every day will be half term.
Yeah.
Yes. Tom, you done much this week?
Oh, I haven't been a half term, so still no, because I don't work in a fucking pussy school. Bullshit.
I don't work in a
Sorry,
pussy
Greg.
school.
Yeah.
You bet you wish you did.
No,
Probably not, mate. It's probably not the environment I would want that word linked to.
No.
What is a pussy school though?
Let's just get off this topic. We're going to go down a very dangerous path here. So Tom's week's been great by the sounds of it.
Oh, that's right. I've been taking that pussy to school.
Oh my god. How long is it going to be until this I'm going to see it get 0 views and 0 listens? People are just
8,000 dislikes.
Yeah, I can't
listen to these guys
I can't
anymore.
listen to that. But indie game wise, what have we been playing? Do I'm going to start.
Go for it.
Get us out. I can't talk about one game I'm playing because it's not out yet. It doesn't release until I can talk about it next week. But yeah, I'll talk more about next week. And so I'll start with 2064 because we ended last week.
Yeah.
Saying that you guys had dabbled in it, and I'd played about 2 hours of it.
You played into it, weren't you?
I was into it. You guys were a little bit less into it.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Have you played any more of it?
I couldn't be fucked, honestly.
No?
No.
Don't care.
Okay, so I haven't finished it. It's long.
Wow, okay.
It is long.
I was expected to be quite short, guys.
I'm about 6 hours into it and I haven't finished it.
Are you close? You're close to finishing?
I think so. I've just started chapter 5 and I think that's the last chapter. Yeah, it's exactly what it says it is, basically. It's exactly what the first 30 minutes, the game doesn't change the next 5.5 hours. Not in a terms of doesn't change, but you
gameplay wise.
Yeah. It's very much a visual novel. It's not even a point and click adventure. No, it's the best way to describe it is a visual novel. And I've had my headphones around on my shoulders. I've had some music playing in the background, and I've just been sitting there digesting the story being fed to me, making choices. But I quite enjoy that, and I can see why. The more I've played it, the more I can see why people wouldn't finish it. 1, because it is very long, and 2, because the puzzle elements become very basic, and to the point where they take it away from being an adventure game. It's not an adventure game. It's not a point and click game. It is purely a visual novel that you're just being told to. What I'm yet to find out, and this is the big turning point for me, is you make decisions along the way, as you should do in a visual novel, is how much those decisions feel like they impact a story.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's just, I was just fed a story that I had no impact
What's
on.
the point?
Yeah, so I'm not far enough in yet to know whether... Well, I'm far enough in to know what's going on, obviously. I'm pretty much in the end. I'm 6 hours into it. But the ending... What I do like about it is I don't know where the hell the ending's going yet. And I'm like, this could go anyway. And I think that's still because there's some key decisions to make. But it's very much a case of if you like visual novels, then give it a go. If you don't like visual novels, the idea of being told a probably 7-ish hour story isn't your cup of tea, then
stay away.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe it. I still like it though.
That's your kind of thing. So
I still look.
I'd expect you to
it's
like it.
It's my like, bedtime game at the moment. I know that sounds weird,
Okay.
but like 11:30, 12 at night, I've been playing whatever else. I play it for an hour. I put it on. I kind of sit back, chill out, and just take it in because it's easy.
I get that.
It's soup.
Yeah.
Quantum Replica. I streamed 2 games earlier this week.
What is this?
I streamed Quantum Replica and Moonlighter. So Quantum Replica is... I went into it thinking it was a top-down twin-stick shooter because the screenshots told me that. And me being a prejudiced bitch thought, this is a top... I know my games. I've seen that game before. It's not at all.
Oh, okay.
It's coming to... So the reason I streamed it was because it's available now on PC, but it's coming to Xbox and PS4. They've said by the end of this year, but I've not heard any more on that yet. But it's coming there. It is top-down. It's isometric-ish looking angles. You can spin the camera around 360 by using the analog stick. But although it completely looks like a twin-stick shooter, and there are elements of twin-stick shooting in there, it's a very strict stealth game.
Right.
Okay.
It's kind of a cyberpunky. No, it's not the classic. There's an oppressed military presence around, and they kind of lock the city down, and you're playing as a rebellion person who's trying to get in and break down their network, and then
classic stuff.
Yeah,
so you're talking like a original Metal Gear Solid.
Yes, but more cyberpunky.
Okay.
More Blade Runner, if I'm being really kind of black and white about it. It's weird. There's okay. The concept of the game's fine. The art style's quite nice. The takedowns, so you can either choose to take down enemies non-lethally and put them to sleep, and then they have like a little timer that goes around, and when it's up, they're patrolling. And they don't call an alarm as long as if they're found when they're awake, they don't call an alarm. Or you can kill the enemies, meaning that you go back there, they're thinking. But if they're found when they're dead, there's an alarm goes off.
Style.
Yeah. The AI is dumb as shit.
Brilliant.
Okay.
I might have a chance then.
So, like, they're standing in front of a door, and you open the door, and it goes, and they're just standing looking that way still. I'm like, clearly didn't hear the door. So, yeah, the stealth mechanics are okay. You do get a weapon, so you can shoot them or take them down non-lethally with a weapon. It tries to do the Resident Evil act of being hard by giving you very limited resources.
Right.
Yeah.
And that doesn't quite work here because there's too many times you feel overwhelmed. You're like, well, there's like 5 guards and the save points are fecking huge. And it got to the point where on stream, I think I died like the 3rd time and I was going back talking close to 10 minutes.
Right.
And I was like, do you know what? I'm not enjoying this at the moment, so I'm not going to stream it anymore because it's just I'm getting fed up with it. Played it for about 2 hours, and it was perfectly okay. It was like,
so it's just sort of fine.
It's a fine to good stealth game.
Yeah, you wouldn't really.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. If I paid £4.50, £5 for it on sale and played it, I'd been like, do you know what? This is perfectly okay. This is all right.
Yeah.
I'll get through it. I wouldn't pay the full £16 for it. That's for sure.
Okay.
I hate to judge a game based on price, but to give it concept.
I think you've got to take it into account. So
yeah, I'll definitely. And I'll quickly wrap things up with Moonlighter. Now, Moonlighter released a few months ago on PC and consoles, but it's coming to Switch on the 5th of November. I've wanted to play the game for ages, for 2 reasons. One, it's supposed to be quite challenging roguelite kind of adventure game, but also it's got shop sim mechanics, like Stardew Valley kind of stuff, and I'm like, I'm all over this. Like, I can't believe I haven't played it beforehand because this is soon becoming one of my favourite indie games this year.
Wow,
it is. It's fucking brilliant. It's so good. It is, honestly. I'm about 10 hours into it now, and I just keep wanting to play more of it. So yeah, you play as Will, this young lad who has inherited his grandfather's shop. The shop is very small. You can only have 4 items for sale at a time. The shopkeeping is a lot more in depth than I thought it was.
Okay.
Like a lot more in depth. You have to study like market trends, so you have to go like speak to other people to find out what's in demand, what isn't in demand.
Yeah.
So then when you're in the daytime, you're running the shop, and then you have to set the prices of stuff. And then people come in and buy stuff, and if they buy it and it's too cheap, they'll be like really happy. So you need to go quickly bump the price up. But if it's too much, they'll get really sad and they won't buy it.
Yeah.
So you want to try and find the perfect thing. But then by talking to other shopkeepers or people in the town, they'll give you clues on, oh yeah, apparently this creature's gone missing now, and these are really rare. So you bump the price of that up loads, otherwise you're losing out because you use the money that you make in the shop to upgrade the town. And by upgrading the town, you open the armory, you open up the enchantment shop, and then by upgrading the town, you bring more people to the town. And then by bringing more people to town, you make more money. I mean, you can make your shop bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then in terms of the actual action side to it, there are 5 dungeons that you can unlock. Well, there's 1 unlocked at the beginning and 4 more you can unlock.
Yeah.
I've unlocked 3 so far. And the dungeons play out in classic Zelda style single screen fashion. You walk through and it goes like
oh nice
like,
oh wow okay.
Yeah, so you play on a whole screen and then you go through a door and it goes very classic Zelda.
Oh, okay, wow.
The combat is simple but carries a difficulty to it. So in terms of you have a shield and you have a sword. But you can
so it is Zelda.
Yeah. you can go buy a spear, you can get new shields, but to get new stuff you need to use money and resources.
Right.
So then you're like, oh, do I sell this because it's in demand at the moment, or do I upgrade my sword and armour?
Yeah.
So that I can then hunt
get
more
better
stuff.
stuff.
And
the roguelite element comes in. Throughout the night, if you die, you lose all your stuff, and you start at the beginning of the dungeon. And you have a necklace that you can hold any time to get you out the dungeon, and it kind of the dungeon part's done, you go back to the shop.
Yeah.
So it's very much risk and reward. Like, okay, I've got half health left. Do I go down the next tier? Hope I just get one good thing.
Push your luck mechanic.
Yeah.
And then I was
like,
to point. I was running around the room being shot at, holding down B, going like, get out. And my health was just slowly depleting, and I just got it in time. I was like, thank God. But when you actually sell something at a good price and you're making money, you're like, this is so good. And they're coming in, and you have to keep running over, and you have to run to the thing, put the stock out, run back to the till. You have to sell it,
and run the shop floor.
Yeah,
wow.
It's really fun. It's honestly so much fun.
It does sound pretty cool.
I don't want to get stick for saying this.
No, it's that. Go on.
You get stick for saying everything, mate.
I think I'm enjoying this more than Stardew Valley.
God.
Oh,
because
get ready for the hate. Get ready for the hate.
The biggest.
No one cares you're on mobile.
the biggest criticism for Stardew Valley is the.
I don't play this.
The dungeon element. The combat dungeon element is very, very shallow. It's probably the shallowest part of the game. Like, the actual farm stuff is quite in depth, and the social side of stuff is quite in depth. But the actual going into a dungeon and going down the 50 levels and doing that it's very shallow. It's very simple. This has the kind of, alright, it's not as grand with the farming and the social side, but it has the combat dungeons is effectively a game on its own. It's something like Wizard of Legend, or hasn't got that difficulty level to it, but it's that kind of style. You could publish that as a game on its own, as a classic Zelda game, and people would enjoy it because it's nice and it works. Even to the point where you've got the pools that you go into the pool and it refills your health. You know, like in Zelda, you used to go to the fairies and they would give you health back. But then it has got literally these 2 games that seamlessly work so well together. It is so good. Like, I was blown away.
So that's definitely Game of the Year talks. Then.
I've streamed it. I've streamed it for 3 hours, and then I've played the rest off screen, and I'm going to stream it again next week, closer to the Nintendo Switch release. But yeah, Switch-wise, I think that is the place to play it. Yeah, that's the place I would, because it's simple combat that you can. The controls are very simple.
Well, it's Nintendo combat, isn't it?
Yeah,
So.
exactly. Yeah. It's brilliant. Very good. Cool. And that is going to wrap up my indie game plays this week.
Good stuff in there.
Let's go on, Tom. What have you been playing?
It's going to be brief, so I'll go next.
Yeah, that's why I'm sending you in on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you finally played it.
Yeah, I've played about maybe an hour and a bit.
Yeah.
If that, I don't know, not much.
What floor are you on?
I'm on floor 2. So
okay.
Very beginning of the game. But from what I've got so far, it seems all right.
Yeah.
The puzzles aren't particularly challenging. I mean, they're below Portal 2 level puzzles.
Yeah.
But they're enough. Does that make sense? They feel like they're enough for me to
I've
not
played
feel like
it, so
I don't feel like I'm not doing anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm still working it out, but it's just like, okay, so
do that.
Okay, that's it. It's not that hard. I assume it's going to get harder as I go up the floors, but No, okay.
Sorry, that was a shake of my head there, Tom. For those of you listening.
From 1 to 2, it's not that the puzzles are harder, there's more elements to it.
They do introduce new mechanics as you go further up, so there are new things you're going to learn, but
they've added more colours so far.
Yeah, and they do other things. I won't ruin it for you. There are other things that are done in there, but it doesn't really get harder, it just changes the way you think about the puzzle.
Okay. I'm hoping for more stuff to happen in the hotel, with the robots, obviously, because they're like, especially the manager.
Yeah, he's great.
He, I guess, is like proper keeping an eye on me, make sure that I follow my routine.
This is the one that you very much like Groundhog Day, yeah?
Oh yeah, I should have said that, shouldn't I?
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to remember. I played it at Rezzed.
Yes.
But where he told you to go the other way and do the robot stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't. I just done the puzzles and was like, this is just a puzzle game.
But that's because when I was playing it, I did the first 3 puzzles and stopped and looked at him like, I've seen this before. You're gonna have to show me something new. Yeah. Otherwise, this is a Portal clone.
Yeah.
And it needs more. It's not really a Portal clone, but you get what I mean.
Yeah, it's test chambers. It's
it's coloured. It's
inspired by Portal.
Yeah, which isn't bad. And Portal's great, but it's just like at the moment it maybe needs a bit more. I want more sort of the creepy conspiracy stuff with the robots and
the big thing to remember with it is that this is basically a one-man thing. This is Dan Smith doing it all.
Yeah, his name came up.
This is him and his baby. So you've got to kind of limit your expectations of what is achievable, and then also be kind of astounded by what he has managed to achieve with it. I mean, I'm just hoping it does well enough that he could do a number 2 and get a team involved. Because once you get a team involved, then
so there's potential for more of the same concept.
Oh God, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how. One of the things that I'm kind of disappointed by, because maybe I was expecting too much, is that I was expecting the robots to really be like knowing my every move.
Yeah.
But it seems like that's not really the case.
No.
I thought I was going to have to like step for step have to repeat what I did the day before. Like I was going to be in trouble otherwise. Like.
And that's kind of what I'd been hoping for when I played the game. That the hotel segment was very much. I have to sit down at that time. I have to make sure I ordered the same thing.
Sort of sexy brutalish, like
exactly. You've got to follow, and I think that would be something that that's something he wanted.
Yeah, but I think he's limited by
as
one man,
and also at some point he's got to make money
20 years on this game.
Yeah,
it's but I was getting sort of a sexy brutal meets Portal-ish vibe, but yeah, it's definitely not bad, and I. Other than 2064, I actually want to play more of this. I'm going to keep playing it. I want to finish this game.
It's a game. When I played it through twice.
Okay,
successively,
didn't you? Well, you got all the trophies.
Because there are 2 different endings.
Oh, there is.
Yeah. So, and that's not a spoiler. It basically tells you that as you go along, and you'll figure it out. But
yeah. I wonder.
I won't tell you what the different endings are.
Yeah, I'm trying to wonder what actually branches off of this.
But one of them, you end up a goat.
Spoiler!
And you become that meme on the internet.
Which meme?
The one that everyone replaces the goat now with. They've done the Taylor Swift one, and every time she hits the high note, it goes.
Oh, it just.
These are old memes. The kids aren't going to like this.
They're not going to know the old memes.
Yeah, but dead memes are like a taboo.
Are they?
Yeah, you don't reference dead memes.
I like a good taboo.
Unless they come back around, then it works.
What if they never disappeared?
There are some memes like that.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. Look, I know my memes.
Dan,
right? I'm into internet culture.
I've got to check with you before we fully go into this. When is this going out?
Oh,
Monday night.
Monday night. So there's one of them I can't talk about right yet.
Okay.
But we'll be in the
What's
next
the date you can talk about, everyone?
The Tuesday.
What time Tuesday?
It's 4:00 in the afternoon. Yeah.
Way too late,
So one of them I can't talk about at the moment, but I've been playing more Space Hulk.
Okay, yeah.
Which, it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. The only issue I've found with it so far is that there's not enough beer in it. Is that you're making your way through a Space Hulk or a derelict spaceship being attacked by Xenos. You're these fucking huge Terminators who blast shit, and it's a tactical combat game, hence the game being called Space Hulk Tactics. And when you fight the blips, depending where you are on the ship, you'll repeat the same missions. So there's a real repetitive sort of, I'm going to do this section. Now, that was my feeling, but you don't actually have to do them.
Okay.
You can just
skip them.
You can skip them.
Okay, I guess.
So by either leaving a Terminator there to do it or planning your route out properly so you don't do it. Your big main challenges that you're supposed to be doing to follow the story, they're all different. You're doing something different each time.
It's kind of pointless having them though. What's the point in them?
Because they're really good fun just
Sort
to
of
play.
bloat in the game.
If you're into the board game and you're into moving your Terminators around, it's really good for playing with tactics, for doing bits like that. It's still fun. There are a couple of levels that I got so shit hot at that I'd figured out how to plan them so I could do it, set all my Terminators up in one turn and then not have to move them again. Just put them on Overwatch, blasting Xenos, because I figured it out. And that was because I played them again and again.
Yeah.
So it's all going to depend on how you enjoy something.
Yeah,
I suppose.
Once I'd figured it out, though, the next time I had to play it, I was like, I don't really want to do this. And there isn't really... Yeah. If you don't have the Terminators available, there's not really an option to go, bugger it. If you do, you can just go, that fella, he's going to stay there and deal with that while the rest of us chuff off and carry on with the rest of this. And you leave one poor bloody Terminator on his own to deal with a horde of Xenos, which feels really fucking cruel at points. You're like, it took 4 of us to deal with that last time, but I'm going to leave you on your own to deal with it. Go on, fuck off, Apothecary. No one needs you. But I can heal you. I don't give a shit. So yeah, I've been playing Space Hulk. That's really good fun. There will be a review on Indie Credible at some point once I get round to finish writing it, because I've been on holiday. So as I said, I've been ditching them on the side. So I'm like, I'm gonna get this finished at some point.
The difference is because your wife is teach as well.
Yeah,
you have it off together.
So we have it off all the time.
So the only day off we had together was the Thursday.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.
So like yesterday, we actually done something because we had a day off together. But otherwise, that's why I play so many games, because I'm sat here on my own otherwise.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Go for it.
And I've been playing Skyscrapers on the Nintendo Switch. I love your voice for that one. That was perfect. It's on Nintendo Switch. It's from Grand Shatter and Ant Workshop, and it is a platform fighting game.
I quite like Ant Workshop. I'm looking forward to the game they're making. Day Job? No, what is it? The one where you play as the Ghostbuster dude. I played it at Rezzed. And you go around, you go around, you have to kill the ghost thingies, you have to collect them in, you have to then go trade them. I can't remember what it's called now. But anyway.
No, I can't.
I'll find out. Keep carrying on talking.
So I've been playing Skyscrapers, which has the most addictive title thing you're ever going to want from any game. Anyone who loves Sega games, or comes from the world of Sega, it has that classic Sega opening of Skyscrapers, dun, 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 big music, all of this lot. You're like, I'm going to play a Sega game now. Arcade wonderfulness that you're going in there with.
Dead End Job. That's the one.
Oh, Dead End Job.
Yeah, that's the one I liked. But carry on. Sorry.
And once you get into the game, basically what you've got to do is it's you and up to 3 other people fight to get to the top of the building. If you reach the top, you win. If you kill the other players, you win. It's a fighting game. It's basically a 2-button fighting game. You've got one to jump, one to attack. And the buildings are falling down around you, so you're busy jumping down this detritus that's falling down as it slowly spins. Depending on the angle of the spin, depends how high you can jump afterwards. So if it's a really steep gradient, you can just fly up really high. It fucks the people up below you. And you can knock them off the building, and if you disappear off the bottom, you get shot back at the top, but you lose a certain amount of your health. It's just a very simple, fun combat game. There isn't anything else to it. Would be the big downside to it. Is that you've got one button to hit. You can push down to do a ground slam, which sends out waves, and you can rush the top. In the games I've played, and because I've been on holiday, I've been playing the Switch a lot. So I sit there, they're watching Riverdale or some shit. I can play on the Switch, and the first time playing it, I completed the story mode.
Okay.
And Lewis will back me up. I'm shit at fighting games. These aren't something I'm very good at all. And to nail what is very much, it looks like the Street Fighter one. Do you remember when you used to get the map?
Yeah.
And you move around and do that, and it starts off, you face one person.
Kick a car in?
No, unfortunately not.
Damn.
Not in the run-throughs I've done. But I always like the Mortal Kombat one where you had to break the logs.
Yeah.
That was a good one, but you don't remember that shit.
I had Mortal Kombat, I don't remember that, no.
I don't know if it was logs or cement, but you used to have to chop it.
Yeah.
But there isn't anything more to it. And you just sort of the combat isn't complex in any way, which suited my talents.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people who go on there will just be like, okay, I've done that. Especially when you've got Brawlhalla and you've got all of these
which is going
other
to the Switch
great...
on the 5th of November.
Is it going to be free as well? See, this is my issue.
So it doesn't really stack up to them then.
It's we're talking less than £10 for the game. It's not an expensive game. You can play it 4-player on one screen. You've got all of these bits going for it, but there's not.
Is there online features?
I don't know because I haven't tried that. I've just played multiplayer and played.
That's the issue they're going to have. If there is, what's the player base going to be like?
Well, you haven't got anything special to the combat.
Is there a progression system?
No. You just play your characters and run through.
Obviously, Brawlhalla's game loop comes through unlocking new characters. Like
unlocking new characters.
New skins.
But it's not just that. In Brawlhalla, the way you use the weapons, the way you combo into things,
Yeah.
there's a big fighting system behind it. In Skyscrapers, from what I played, is you just hit the button. There isn't really a combat system behind it that I've seen. And you've got to take into account I'm not a big fighter. I don't.
But normally
I don't fuck around with iframes and things like that.
You can tell that though by you not being big on those games. That I'm not a big Smash player. I'm going to play Smash when it comes December because I finally got the console to play a Smash on. I've never really actually owned a console to play a Smash game on.
Yeah.
But even I know Smash, although it looks like fucking carnage on the screen, there is a lot of tactics to that game. Like
Smash is incredibly tactical.
A lot of skill to that game. So
this, I don't think.
That's what I mean. You say that you might not be a fighting game person, but being a gamer, you can tell that straight away, can't you? That there's not. If I was to pick it up, I'll probably play it. The reason I haven't picked it up is because all the trailers they sent me a lot of stuff going like, check the game out, check the game out. And I was just like, do you know what? I've watched the trailers, I've read your press releases, this looks... I just don't have time to play something as generic as this. I know it sounds horrible, but I've got to the point now where, I don't mean this to come across arrogant at all, but we get offered quite a lot of games and we have to be picky and choosy on, well, what do we want to cover? Or what have we got, where are we going to put our time to cover? And that just didn't grab my attention. So,
I think you would have truly hated this game.
Would I?
Because you play fighting games, so you'd be like, well, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. For a light-hearted sort of, I'm going to jump in there and play it. Then
that game.
It's there. It's just
Yeah.
Oh,
it's not a bad game. It's no way a bad game. It's an alright game. It's something that you'll be able to pick up and play with younger players. So it's got that sort of Mario Kart sort of feel to it. Of anyone can play it.
Play when you're hammered with your mates.
Oh god, yeah.
So that's a good.
This would be a great game when hammered.
Yeah.
Great game when hammered.
Nice.
Apart from the fact you'd never make it up. The other thing is, one of the ways to win is to get to the top. I have never once made it to the top.
Just turns into a fighting game.
It's just a fighting game. You jump up, you've got 300 metres to get to the top. Never made it that far. Never once. In all the games I've played. Oh, I've won loads. I've won loads. Which also shows that the AI ain't that great. Because I'm busy beating a fighting game. But,
They lose.
yeah, the other one, you're going to have to wait till next week. But honestly, the other game we're going to talk about, because I'm not using the word, it's well worth the money. I'm fucking loving it.
I know exactly what it is. And the only reason I'm not excited about it is because the cost of it.
Can you mouth it to me?
The cost of it is worth it.
The cost of it is worth it. Second, we're stopping the video in a second to change.
Okay.
But yeah, cool. All right then. Well, we're going to go on to some news now. Let's go on to some news.
Hey, there it is.
News.
The lucky bag returns. Make sure your
lucky bag. Eyes closed.
A returning character from the early days of the podcast.
It is,
my god!
Right, rummage around.
Rummaging. This one. Oh, it's a John Spears.
You should have just held it up, not said what it was for an Easter egg. People have been like,
that's a good point. Well, they kind of said I know what it was. But I will say,
sorry, before you jump into the news,
I also didn't say before on the podcast that there's one bit that's different from all the others in there. That's the prize bit.
Is it?
So if Dan gets that one, he wins.
He wins
the bit.
Okay.
He wins the bit.
Nice. News. Let's dive into some news, Gate. We've got 6 news stories this week. We start off with Fear the Wolves. Fear the Wolves was showing off at I want to say E3. It was either E3 or Gamescom. It was
Gamescom.
It was Gamescom.
Because Focus Home dominated Gamescom, didn't they?
Oh, they were.
So Focus Home's game from Gamescom. It's it's another battle royale game, isn't it? It's Vostok Games are the developers, and it's the battle royale game that you've probably seen set in the outskirts of Chernobyl,
the exclusion zone.
Yeah, where the wildlife has slightly mutated, shall we say, and that acts as a villain, an enemy, as much as the actual player base.
Yeah.
Kind of like I'm off Fortnite now, but it's kind of like I hear there's zombies now in Fortnite.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
I know there are zombies in Black Ops.
they're called Fortnitemares.
Yeah. It's kind of like that game, the CryEngine one.
You mean the show? No, Showdown, the hunt.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
right. There's a monster, but it's not that you're hunting the monster. The monster's hunting you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Fear the Wolves. The reason we're not talking about it is because it's got a huge update, the biggest one they've had to date. Still in early access, but it's got new weapons. It's got new features. It's got a ton of bug fixes. I mean, I was reading the bug fixes, and the list just went on and on and on. And yeah. From what I've seen, I was reading through the Reddit forums that were linked to the Steam page, and people were happy with it. The new weapons in, the new features in there, everyone was saying, "Oh, actually, it feels a bit more of a game now." So if you're looking for something different and you like the battle royale genre, then maybe check it out as it gets close to release, because it's definitely getting some more fleshed out stuff. There's one you were quite interested in, wasn't it?
Yeah. I quite like the look of Fear the Wolves.
I focus home often bringing their stuff to consoles. So.
I've become more and more of a fan of Focus Home Interactive and like Cyanide Studios over this last year. Just the stuff they've been releasing has been really good, really solid, and it's there are so many companies that like will pump out games and you're like, that's a shit one, that's a good one, that you can't really trust them.
Yeah.
But there are like two companies that at the moment are putting Devolver Digital. I know I'm going to enjoy a Devolver Digital game.
Yeah.
I might not always like it, but I know I'll enjoy it, because sometimes I've played it and I'm like, oh my god.
Normally, same with Adult Swim games. They normally do some pretty decent stuff.
Yeah, because they did what was Rise and Shine.
They done Rise and Shine,
which was a really good game. I didn't enjoy it, but it was a good game.
What's the
that's how I
that's good. I like that.
What's the snooker one where you play as the cue ball and you finish levels by potting balls? Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't know that one.
It's on the Switch.
I think I fucking enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it's really cool. You play as what is it called?
You're the cue ball.
You play as the cue ball, and finish levels. You have to like pot like a puzzle game, adventure game. You have to pot the balls. It released. It was out about like 3-4 months ago.
Well, you missed that.
I've not played it.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
Play it.
I want to say This Is Paul, but it's not, because I'm talking about that later.
Next.
But I'll find it in a minute.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, at the moment, the market's become swamped with the Battle Royale, especially with, Black Ops have redefined Battle Royale.
Yeah.
And then Warface just released on the 23rd their
Battle Royale.
It has now.
Yeah.
On the 23rd they released Battle Royale.
And
which is yet again, it's a first-person shooter Battle Royale like that. So
Battlefield have announced that their Battle Royale is going to be delayed until March.
Kill the Battle Royales. I don't know.
Oh, we've got quickly, complete tangent, because we love tangents. Did you see the story about the Battlefield 5 dev?
No.
He's the, I want to say, lead level designer for Battlefield 5.
Okay, so fairly high up then.
He's been banned. He got banned from playing COD 4 because they thought he was an aimbot. He's that good. He clipped together a 2.5 minute video of him playing and sent it to them. Oh my! I was watching it and I sent it to your brother, and like it's insane. Like headshot after headshot after headshot. Like you've never seen. It was ridiculous. They banned him, but they've actually reinstated him now. They're like, okay, sorry, we thought you were an aimbot.
Wow.
And he's like, no, I just know these fucking games.
That's it. Yeah, like,
that's cool.
Yeah, your brother say about map knowledge. Obviously, being the lead level designer, he knows how to exploit everything. He's like jumping around the corner and then just popping a pistol headshot and then running on, like as if it's no. So I'm just like, that's just,
like his routine. Like
like if that was me, I'd stop in place. I'd be like, oh my god,
quick share button, clip it.
But yeah, he's obviously just doing it. I was watching it for 2.5 minutes, like that is insane. But anyway, complete tangent.
Yeah,
nothing to do with indie games. But what is to do with indie games is Bomber Crew. Bomber Crew is available on Switch. Is it available on PlayStation yet? I don't think it is.
Yeah, because I'm playing it on PlayStation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's available on PlayStation, on Xbox, on Switch, on PC. It has a season pass available for it, and the second piece of DLC has just released called USAAF. And it brings the theatre of war to the game, or more specifically, it brings what apparently fans have been asking for, the American bomber and the American, you can play now as American army personnel.
That's right.
I don't need it.
Yeah.
Do you get to bomb Japan?
I don't need it.
Do you bomb Japan? Is that a mission?
I don't know.
Without being sensitive.
I think that might be a bit harsh.
The Enola
That
gang.
might be a bit sort of...
Fly away, motherfuckers! Fly!
History, guys.
But the Runner Duck are the developers, Curve Digital, the publishers of Bomber Crew. The season pass is available separately for $9.99, or if you want to buy individually, the DLC will cost you $5.99. There's already one DLC bin, and there's another one coming. So for a tenner, free piece of DLC, if you like that game, is pretty cool.
I hate that game.
You don't
Too
like that?
stressful.
It's too
I'm so shit at it.
Yeah,
I love the game.
I'm all for it, yeah.
It is a brilliant game. It is a brilliant strategy
They're all
game.
put together.
I can't keep anyone alive.
Nope.
Well, on
I can't
keep the plane in the
this
air. I just can't. It's too difficult.
You've got this whole point.
you
It's
playing
like,
it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's like,
I played it at EGX.
EGX.
And it was so stressful. Just
It is.
it was so much to focus on, and I was just like,
Oh, we're dead. I've just lost all of my crew.
just
and my plane.
nosedive, kill everyone.
Yeah, for those who don't know, it's very FTL inspired, but in a bomber
Way
plane.
more high stakes. Though.
Yeah,
it's
you have
it's
a
all like
pilot-
shit is happening to you right now.
A pilot, a gunner, a navigator, a medic, and an engineer, and you have to kind of move them around the plane in real time.
Yeah.
While
And there's
take
tight
them down.
corridors, so they can't cross over each
Yeah.
other. So you've got to seriously plan this shit out.
And you can't shoot. You don't control the shooting. You have to set your gunners up to shoot them, and you have to level them up to shoot, and all things like that. It works very well.
Oh, it's
it all
so
links
good.
very well.
It is so good, but I suck
And
so bad.
if you like the game, so I finished the main game. I'm lucky enough to
stop showing off.
been given
I know.
I've been lucky enough to given the season pass. I played DLC 1, which was okay. It didn't add anything new. I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm guessing by the American bomber, it's a complete new plane shape, and I'm hoping.
Barely.
Yeah,
Is it not?
barely. It's pretty much
Well,
the
it's
same.
just,
I'm hoping-
it's, you know, it's,
That's what I've got to say.
they're all based off each
I'm
other.
hoping
World War
the
II,
interior
so
is different, so it brings a new puzzle mechanic to
It'll be a
it.
little bit
I'd quite
different.
like that to be the case.
But like say, if there's no
I suppose they're
Hiroshima
more
Nagasaki
rotund,
missions, then
so it's harder for them to squeeze through the.
Yeah, all the American crew are overweight.
they can't move.
They can't move.
Wedged in.
Yeah.
They've all got asthma or just wheezing as they're doing shit. It's
Oh, Americans.
Oh god!
worst.
All right, the next piece of news story is based around the game that I really like, and I know Brian's played a little bit of it because I threw him over a code when it first came out. Is Descenders. Descenders is a downhill mountain biking game we spoke about a little bit over at Indie and it's got a pretty cool update coming on the 29th of October called Trick or Treat.
That sounds fun.
Trick or Treat brings.
Sounds spooky.
Yeah. Trick or Treat brings some new tricks to the game,
oh dear God.
including
Halloween, what? Halloween.
including the Superman trick, which I'm amazed isn't in the game already. It's quite a staple in any bike freestyle thing. No hander, and I know what the first two are. Candy bar. I have no idea what a candy bar trick is, but it's coming to the game.
The handlebars.
Along, probably is something stupid like. Oh, I think I know what it is now. I think it's the one where you hold the handlebars and you do a handstand over the handlebars and come back.
Fuck me.
Have you seen it?
No, that's something else.
Is
Because
it?
that's done in motocross.
Yeah,
as
they do
well.
that in motocross a lot.
I don't think that's called the candy cane one.
Oh, God knows.
I reckon you just lick.
Just lit the
It's
bar.
like
And there are more tricks coming. Along with that, you also get a new area, the skate park style area.
Will it look like the skate park from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater?
Fucking better.
Why?
No, and there won't be videos hiding around there either.
Oh.
And
The noise you got when you collected anything.
and also the final thing we got in it was the fact that there'll be some spooky goings on for a limited time. That's it.
Halloween.
For a limited time. And what that means,
And it's
I
a
don't
mist.
know. When I read it, I just got images of. I'd love something stupid like you're going down the track and then some guy in a sheet just runs across in front. Like
That sounds terrifying.
something
That was brilliant.
as budget as that.
Really
Like,
crappy budgets.
That sounds great.
or do you remember that? Like there was that phase people go through. Where they're like, I watched this video, and it'd be like a real.
Or jump scares.
Yeah, and then
Fuck
jump
that.
out. Like
Hate that.
Just throw something in there like that.
No,
Like,
I
if
write
someone,
a review of that
if
game
someone
for
does
the
something
worst
really
game
weird, someone links two tricks together that no one else is really rare to do. All of a sudden,
get
a
a jump
zombie just
scare.
flashes up on the screen.
Awful.
That'd be amazing. Imagine they do that. Brilliant.
I'll be so annoyed. I don't even play the game, but I'll be really annoyed. Jump scares are
And even better, that complete update is free. The game is still in early access, so all this is coming. Obviously, the spooky goings on will disappear after time, but the skate park and the tricks will stay around as the game heads towards a full release. And it's got a lot of customization options now, and I need to jump back on it.
That's really cool. It is a good game, so.
This is Paul. We're only going to touch this one quickly. This is Paul. Vufu Studios, who are the guys that made Mantis Burns Racing. Their next game is called This is Pool. It is a realistic pool sim. Not as in swimming
How
pool
realistic
sim.
is it?
I've watched the trailer for it. It looks really
realistic.
They've really tried to make it as realistic.
Right, okay. I'm really sorry, VV Studios, but I know for a fact that when you do a degree in Ludology, in game design and bits like that, one of the first things you do is create a pool simulator. That's what you do. You create a snooker game when that's your first fucking piece of coursework.
Oh, leave him alone.
And I'm just there thinking, seriously, you're going to try and give us this is
realistic.
But
realistic.
But their pool simulator has just signed a partnership deal with the Senior Snooker Tour, meaning it will get 6 months of publicity and some in-game content based around
with the Senior Pool
Snooker Tour.
All your
Brilliant.
favourite poolers.
My grandma, who's actually dead, will be sitting there going, "Yay! Who fucking watches snooker now? No one.
I remember
even
one
the
time-
BBC don't show it anymore in the same way. They'll show the final game.
I was like 15.
So they paid for 6 months of
was
advertising
on
that we only
BBC
shown on the
Two.
last day.
I accidentally saw some pool, immediately turned it off.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've ever watched pool on TV.
Well, the game is coming early 2019 to consoles, including Switch and PC.
I hope it does really
I'm
well.
actually probably gonna. I'm actually probably gonna get it on the Switch.
Oh, good. I hope a lot of people
Good
do.
for you, mate.
Yeah.
I feel bad for them.
I'm really hoping Vufu Studio do something with their lives after this point, because Mantis Burn Racing was
God
really
damn.
good, but the pool thing,
Mantis
fuck
Burns
off.
2 is coming up next.
Yeah.
Good. It was a good game.
This is Pool 2. This is Snooker.
Mantis Snooker.
This is brilliant. It's a bunch of
combination.
people with monocles
Mantis
and
Snooker,
shit.
mate. Cool.
Anyway,
Up next, 2 Point Hospital. It's a game that I want to play this game. I have not played it yet.
you tried to at rest, didn't you?
Yeah, but it wasn't even
bullshit,
playable.
wasn't it?
It was I was selling promo
Tricked
copies.
you into that room.
Yeah, they got me in there. 2 Point Hospital is a spiritual successor to Theme Hospital, in pretty much every way going. It is fully out now. It's available about 25 quid, I think, on PC. There's no confirmation it's come to console, but it has got a big update in the form of a sandbox free play mode. In terms of it's not free to play, in terms of you can do what the hell you want in the sandbox world. You make money, you do crazy stuff, you make the most bonkers hospital creations, the kind of stuff you want to do in that kind of game.
Yeah.
That you go, oh, I'm just going to build this over here. I'm going to, yeah.
Well, it's like having SimCity and just building it and then letting Godzilla go free on it.
That's the whole
Just
point
you
of
want to
the
do
game.
the crazy shit.
Yeah.
Well, I think like in the 2 Point Hospital, you can like let out disease epidemics and things like that, so you can actually play
Hell yeah.
people and
Yeah.
things like that. But yeah, no, I do. It's a game I really want to play, and it's a game I'm probably going to stream because it's quite a streamable game, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
like playing around in that is it's quite fun. And the final piece of news is kind of leading into our final topic as well, and that is the Golden Joysticks. We done our votes about three episodes ago on the the Golden Joysticks happened on the 16th of November. You have until the 7th of November to vote, and that's when this vote closes, because what the Games Radar, that's what I was trying to think of, Games Radar, the people who hosted the Golden Joysticks, what they've done is they've taken all the information of what people have voted on so far in terms of all categories and all the games, and they've compiled it into a list of the ultimate game of the year. This is indie games, this is mobile games, this is AAA games, okay? Ultimate Game of the Year, which is available as the ultimate category. It's the last award given away at the show. We're obviously going to choose our predictions because it goes in with what we're going to be doing anyway. Yep. But it's going to lead into the main topic because there are 4 indie games that feature in that. And firstly, do we think those indie games deserve to be there? Right. And then secondly, what would we add there? What would we put there afterwards? Okay, so the games that are announced. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, quite a few.
You can't count above 4.
So
1, 2, 3, 4. Shit.
So,
loads. I don't know what they are.
For those of you that are thinking, there is a game of the year thing already. For example, when that went out, games on here that like Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey wasn't out at the time. Black Ops wasn't out at the time.
I don't think games that have just come out deserve to be on this list.
Sorry?
You don't think what?
I think games that have just come out deserve to be on the Game of the Year.
I think
list.
they do.
Yeah,
no,
definitely.
I don't.
Why not?
I think they should be on next year's list. I think
But then,
too,
but it's
They're
this year.
releasing-
yeah, but I think it's too soon. Honestly,
I think you're too soon.
Okay.
hype
okay.
builds it up more than
So the
it actually
games
is.
that have been announced for Ultimate Game of the Year.
Ultimate.
All of them.
Ultimate
Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
No, it's
Call
a
of
money
Duty
grabbing piece of shit.
Black Ops 4.
No, it's a money grabbing piece of shit.
Celeste. Dead Cells.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest 11 Echoes of an Elusive Age.
I need to ask my brother about that one.
Fortnite Battle Royale.
No.
Say about your brother.
Girth? What?
Say about your brother. Dragon Quest 11's got absolutely no chance.
Yeah.
Forza Horizon 4. God of War.
Possibly.
Into the Breach.
What's that?
The indie game from the
Oh,
FTO
right.
developers. Yeah.
That'll be a no then.
Marvel Spider-Man. Monster Hunter World. Red Dead Redemption 2 and Subnautica.
Really?
Subnautica's got so much publicity.
Subnautica is...
People have been on that shit.
Yeah, I really like it. It's been...
Seriously?
The whole community, I've not heard a single bad thing said about the game. People really like it.
Okay.
I do want to play it.
Don't think it's like this is a game that's worthy of.
Well, it's coming to consoles soon, isn't it? It's not on consoles yet.
No.
It's coming to consoles soon.
Yeah, but
It's been out. But anyway, so they're the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games that have been announced on the Ultimate Game of the Year. So,
GCSE maths right there.
so Celeste, Dead Cells,
school, man.
Celeste, Dead Cells, Into the Breach, and Subnautica. Well, firstly, what's our predictions? Let's start with our predictions. What's going to win out of that list?
God of War
Oh,
interesting.
interesting.
I'll Spider-Man, I love you.
or Spider-Man.
Is it because you played the DLC and you're not that?
That's
blown
why
away
the
by it?
DLC's really good. It's just short.
Ultimate Game of the Year.
Ultimate Game of the Year.
I should choose what I think would win, shouldn't I?
Yes, that's how this
Are you actually
game
gonna do
works,
it?
man.
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah, Red Dead 2 will win.
I keep forgetting that's on the list.
I've seen.
I'm sure it's great.
So all the reviews at the moment are jizzing about it.
Yeah,
they're
10
all.
Well, I have it
10s and 9s. Everyone's like, "Oh my
I have
god, Stacey, it's so amazing."
Have you seen people complaining about the 9s because they're like, it's a masterpiece and you gave it a 9? It's like, you haven't even played it. It's not out yet. How do you know?
I have it installed on my PlayStation. I didn't realise. So
because you pre-ordered it.
So basically, when it first went on the PlayStation Store,
Yeah.
I must have pre-ordered it. And when I pre-ordered it, obviously it said you must pay for it now, and I didn't realise. I completely forgot I'd even done that.
So you just downloaded it
So
overnight?
no, I was playing another game. Can't talk about. And then come off that game, just close the finger down, and it was just sat there, and I was like, "What? What's that doing there?" And it had like a countdown, 2 days and something, and I was like, "What's that doing on there?" Clicked on it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I brought it." But I haven't played it, and I haven't played it yet. I've not been urged to play it. I mean, I was up till 2 o'clock in the morning last night playing another game, and I've been playing another game all day today because I want to keep playing that game over Red Dead. But I can't see what game it is because you have to find out in the Not So Indie show.
I think, like, I don't think Red Dead's. I think Red Dead's going to be great. But the thing is, I don't think I'm going to want to play it until I start playing
But
it.
I think it will win purely because what you just said.
Yeah.
People
I
are
don't
like,
think it will win.
It's like,
I
Cowboys.
don't think it will win.
do you know?
No. And the reason I don't think it will win is because we're talking about the ultimate game of the year. So we're talking about a game changer. We're talking about something that really has changed
Yep.
the market. And that's Fortnite.
Yep.
Black Ops, we've just sat and we've just talked about Battlefield having it.
I have an
Battle
issue.
Royale, we have, and this isn't what I think. I personally,
Yes, it is, Dan.
It's
You
not.
son of a bitch.
This is the market, and the market's going to be.
I have a very
'cause
slight
this is
issue with
voted by the
Fortnite
people,
being
isn't
on
it?
that list in terms of it didn't release this year.
Yeah.
Well, it's still not released. I'm sorry,
And that's why
but
I've got
it's not
I've got
released.
some indie games in there, but I think should be in there that are in early access.
To be honest, looking at this list, I would. Forza Horizon 4, I really want to play.
amazing.
Red Dead Redemption 2 should definitely be on there.
Yeah.
Spider-Man should be on there. God of War should be on there.
Black Ops probably should. It's
Black Ops can fuck off.
people have said it's
Have another COD.
brought it back and
COD's COD.
Of course they have, because they've said that every year. Oh, World War 2, that brought that back. No, it didn't.
Didn't bring shit back.
It
World War II's
didn't bring
crap.
anything back. Black Ops has brought Battle Royale. It's made PUBG good. That's all they did. They made PUBG good.
Yeah.
They didn't really
PUBG
do
more fun.
anything.
Anyway, so I'm saying Red Dead. You're saying
Honestly, I'm split between 3.
No,
Well,
you
just
got to
choose
pick
one.
one.
I can't.
God of War, well done. And I'm saying Fortnite.
Fortnite. Okay, so
Don't look at my bed.
Don't look at my vet. You got a hole in your shirt.
I need a surface to write on. Tom
People pay
is
shitloads of money now for vents in their underarm pit.
Do they?
Yeah, I've got these.
God.
Not that fucking big.
Dan is Fortnite. Lewis is Red Dead Redemption. Okay. Now.
You're not going to remember what any of that means.
Yeah, what would GFR? It'll be fine. G's not going to be bloody Monster Hunter World, is it?
Right.
So Celeste, Dead Cells, Into the Breach, Subnautica. Do we think they should be on there? We're talking like these are playing with the big boys. They're not necessarily going to win, but
Do I think they should be on there? Yes.
be on
For
there,
a start, they're better than quite a few games they've already mentioned.
I don't think it should be on there.
What's that?
Into the Breach.
Okay.
I've played it. I thought it was
The fact that I
generically
don't remember
boring.
even talking about it, then I don't think
It's,
it's
you know,
we must have done,
Who is it? Who made
The-
that?
the guys that made FTL.
FTL guys. I don't know.
Who were they?
I don't know, but FTL's a great game.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't remember who it was now, but they're is it good? But are we talking game of the year
No.
good? No.
Ultimate game.
Yeah,
Ultimate
no.
game of
So
the year.
I went through, and this is
Okay, go for it.
a combination of my list and also, from what I know, has picked up a lot of hype on social media.
Okay. Ooh.
Pillars of Eternity 2.
Fucking
People have been
yes.
going mad about that game.
Yeah.
Right.
My Time in Portia, I love it. People love that game.
Mm-hmm.
It's in early access, but if you've got Fortnite on there, then why the hell can't that be on there? And the update's coming out now. Like, it's insane. It is the next Stardew Valley, and I know you're going to go, oh, but it's taken everything.
Hang on.
Oh.
Go on.
It's taken everything out of Stardew Valley, and it's ramped it up to like a. When that game releases, you guys are gonna
We're going to be all over that
gonna
shit.
enjoy it.
Okay.
Like,
Really?
Yeah. It is a lot of the stuff they've added to it now is insane.
Okay.
Divinity Original Sin 2. I know it released last year on PC and this year console.
Though out of those two, Pillars of Eternity is far
Probably.
two is far better.
Kingdom Come Deliverance, I've not played it, but it picked up a lot of steam.
Did,
In terms
but
of
it
indie-
kind of fell down pretty quick.
I can kind of see why that should be on the
Frostpunk
list.
is probably apparently
What's Frostpunk?
the RTS game to play
Okay, that's what I'm
Okay.
this year. Everyone's
But
banging
that's
on
going
about
to be
it
a
loads.
PC, just because you can't. I'm sorry, they still haven't made an RTS that works really well
On console.
No. They
Although
did
I am
pretty
going
well
to give
with Battlestar Galactica.
I am going to give
which you
Halo
enjoy
Wars-
that. No, you wouldn't.
well,
It's
because your
so
brother said,
Yeah, but
so
I
I
want
want to
Battlestar.
play Halo Wars 2.
Oh, then you will enjoy it.
And the reason you said your brother didn't like Halo Wars 2, you said it was because it was too optimised for a controller. It didn't work on PC. So
What the fuck's he doing playing it on PC?
so
It's a console game, dickhead.
Why did you
What
put
are
his
you
controller
doing?
into the PC then?
that's what he done. But then
That is what-
he didn't like it coming from a RTS
Yeah.
mouse and keyboard. And the last one, I spoke about Moonlighter. Like,
I mean, you really talked it up, and I do really want to play it now.
yeah. But so
I
they're ones I
haven't
think
played any of these games.
I would have put I'd put any one of those over Into the Breach, and I've played Into the Breach. Any games on there any games that you think, wow, how's that not on there?
I'm going to be honest. The games I've played this year, I've been pretty much not impressed by.
I've talked about this in a previous podcast in the fact that I've been rather underwhelmed
I was most impressed by games I played at Res and
by
then out. So
because
Like-
they're next year.
fuck me.
Ooblets.
Put me on the spot. Ooblets is a big one, yeah.
Game of the year 2019.
Winlands.
It's going to win. Oh, that's the thing. Go over to the joystick link will be below. Go over there. When it says most anticipated game, vote Ooblets.
No, don't.
Like, I want that to be
No.
Anthem. I want it to be
I will
everyone.
beat Anthem,
Can you imagine on the live stream?
What? Hang on. I'm all with you on that
Yeah.
one. Yeah, vote Ooblets.
Yeah.
But what do you want it to be instead?
Whatever I voted for.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad.
So I
can't even remember what I voted for.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I'm not saying that because I want to win that category. I'm saying because
Okay, yeah.
how good would it be when it's like
It'd be
most
fucking
anticipated
amazing.
game? They got everyone
Ooblets.
streaming up there.
Oh, no, I
The best bit is
vote Cyberpunk 2020
no.
boys.
The best bit
2077.
is you're gonna have the presenters up there, and if Ooblets gets through, you know damn well these fuckers have no idea what this game is.
They'll be like,
They claim to be in the media thing with this. They'll be like,
They're going to be like,
Ooblets,
they're
and
gonna be
you'll
like,
see it in their face. They'll have
Oh,
no fucking idea what the game
Ooblets,
is.
And Radlad,
Oblets.
Radlad will collect the award.
Radlad.
But do it.
boy.
Go on, please. Just share it around. I would love Ooblet. It would be like that time when Rage Against the Machine beat X Factor.
That was great.
yeah.
That
To
was
Christmas
great.
number one.
But vote Cyberpunk, that's what's going to win.
But yeah, no. So
Find out what I vote for. No, fuck it. Vote Ooblets.
What did you vote
regardless
I don't know.
of their status in terms of AAA or indie, I know you spoke a lot about Pillars of Eternity.
Pillars of I still haven't played it. It's a game I really want to play. It
I've
really
only heard
does
incredible. Like,
delve you into the whole Dungeons and Dragons world, and I'm pretty sure that's the one with the Critical Role guys, isn't it? So they've got the Matt Mercer,
yeah.
they've got Laura Bailey, they've got Travis Willingham, they've got all the fucking big guys in there, and you can be Dungeon Master and you can make your whole world in it.
Which
is just fucking brilliant.
So any website I would respect for a review like that.
So not IGN.
I've given it like a 10. Anyone like PC websites that specialise in those kind of games, I've given it a 10.
Touch my foot.
And so I don't think Into the Breach should be on there.
Okay,
I don't think
that's
Assassin's
fair,
Creed
though.
Odyssey should be on there.
No, definitely
Purely
not.
because from what I've seen of it, don't get me wrong, it looks like a great game. It just doesn't look anything different to Origins, and that's why I haven't dropped the money for
True,
it.
it's just different setting.
This was the one we talked about it.
You were excited.
I was
about.
excited by it, and then as soon as it came out, it was so full of microtransactions, so full of paid ways to get through and ways of slowing you down to make you go, well, I need to buy, otherwise I'm going to be on this shit for hours. That was like, you fucked this game up. You have truly taken what could have been a great game and fucked it up. So screw you, I'm not buying it. I refuse to buy it. I refuse to play it. So no, it's not an Ultimate Game of the Year. It's what is disgusting about the industry at the moment. So no, and I put Black Ops in the same sort of category.
Yeah.
In that Black Ops is, yes, it's probably a great shooter. It probably, the battle royale mode, don't get me wrong, it probably is brilliant because they do make solid shooters.
Yeah.
But yet again, you know damn well it's going to be a loot system. It's got the fucking ridiculous specialist characters, which add in Black Ops 3 and that lot, and they should get rid of because it's bullshit.
It's not a class-based system, is it? It doesn't work. I don't think
it doesn't work.
Black Ops works as a class-based system.
No, you should be able to. The 10-point layout system was a work of genius, and they should have stuck with that. You have 10 points to buy your weapon to go with it.
Yeah.
Having your characters with special abilities to make it more like Destiny and fucking Overwatch was bullshit. And it was crap, and they should fucking get rid of it, you moron twats. Also, it doesn't have a single player mode in it, so you can go suck a fat one from here.
Well, the last single player was shit anyway, so.
But are there any other indie games you've played? So you're playing a game at the moment.
Ultimate Game of the Year.
You're playing a game at the moment that you can't say.
Yeah,
Would that go on
really
this list?
like.
Would it go on that?
For Ultimate Game of the Year?
But I mean, look what's on there.
Yes, yeah.
So would it knock something on there off?
Yes.
You have to find out next week what that game is.
Because I ain't saying shit right now.
Because I'm playing another game that definitely would not feature on there. But,
well, so am I, but we talked about it earlier.
Yeah. But yeah, like Moonlighter, I would definitely put on there. I think if you're putting Into the Breach would come out for me. Moonlighter would go on. I can't talk about Pillars of Eternity 2. Yes, I've heard great things about it, not played it. My Time in Porsche, I would purely put that in there because I really like it. Everyone who plays it really likes it, and the fact that clearly you're allowed early access games on there because Fortnite's on there and it released last year. My Time in Porsche can go on there if I wanted to.
I kind of feel like Kingdom Come might deserve a spot solely on its achievement as an indie game.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Because it does feel like.
But that's not what Ultimate Game is.
I guess so. Yeah.
My brother.
I think it deserves recognition.
My brother-in-law,
it deserves recognition.
Who buys probably one game outside of COD and FIFA a year, brought Kingdom Come because he was like, "Oh, it's like Skyrim but realistic."
Yeah.
And he fucking loved it. Like he sunk in like nearly 70 hours into it.
That's great.
And he absolutely loved it. And he was like, "This is amazing." Like, but yeah, I think it's
indie games that I put on there though. What indie games?
It's been quite weak. I can't.
It hasn't been a strong
The blow-up
year.
games are Celeste and Dead Cells. They're the big games. I mean,
I really enjoyed Yoku's Island Express.
Oh yeah,
the pinball one.
That pinball one, I did really enjoy that.
Yeah, and
it's not Ultimate Game of the Year, but I did really enjoy it.
But that has to have an element of what an Ultimate Game of the Year is as well. If you enjoy a game, like you can turn around and go, "Oh, technically as an achievement, then getting Monster Hunter World on a console is a brilliant. That's fine, but is it fun? Yeah, it was. I had fun for about 25 hours, and then I had nothing to go back and no reason to go and play it.
My big marker for that was my little brother, who is a massive Monster Hunter fan.
Yeah,
played it.
Yeah,
then stopped.
Yeah.
Whereas when he was on the Vita and that lot, he never stopped playing those games. He was on those for feckin' ever. Whereas, a month later, he wasn't playing it.
Yeah.
And that's fucking shocking for him.
Yeah. No, but so wrap things up then. Are we in agreement? Celeste should be on there definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dead Cells
should be on there. I don't think Into the Breach should be on there. But
I'm there you go. On that one.
Subset Games, that's who made it.
Okay.
Subnautica I've not
haven't
played.
played.
I'm
I
waiting
think
for that to come to console.
The amount of like love it's got in this year, I
Yeah,
think it
from
should
what
be
I've
on
seen of it, people were really liking it.
I think Pillars of Eternity should be on there.
I agree with you because everything I've seen about it is people going on about how bloody good it is.
Yeah.
The best the best RPG of modern time.
It always shocks me that it's an indie game. It's that good.
Yeah.
Sort of
It's
like
the same
the
though as like Divinity Original Sin. It's technically
Yeah.
an indie game. It's made independently and it's not a big team that makes it, but yeah, pretty big feats. But yeah, what are your thoughts on that, guys? Comment below.
Yeah.
You heard the list there, or you can hit the link below as well if you want to go and vote. Like I said, go through and vote for whatever you want. But when it comes to most anticipated game, just go on, do it for Rebecca and Co. Rebecca's the developer of the Gloomland games, is the actual developers, but she's the one who heads up with her boyfriend. Husband
thought they
now.
were
Husband
married.
now, yeah, husband.
I was about to say.
Congratulations.
But it's just like this. Every time they keep releasing little snippets of trailers, and every time they release something, the game just feels like it's made with so much love and attention.
It's true.
And it should beat Cyberpunk 2077. It should beat bloody
Maybe it
Anthem.
should.
It should beat Div 2.
But it
It should beat
won't.
all those to be an anticipated game. It'll be so good. I'd love it. Even if they got set like I don't know if they do top 3, but even if they just even if they said
Made
third
it to
place.
top 3.
Oh.
Out of nowhere came Ooblet. It'd be really interesting to know as well what indie game you guys think
Yeah.
should be on that list.
Yeah.
Because
Maybe you've found some hidden gem we've not
that
played
we've
yet.
not played, and that'd be really good because we're heading towards talking about the top
of the
10 indie games of the year and what make indie game
We
of
have
the year. And I've not
6
really hit
episodes
that
left
point
after
yet.
this until we're taking the month break, and it's
Yeah.
that month break where we need to know
That's when
what we're all going to
it's
be
going to
playing.
be marathoning some games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That we haven't
Well,
caught up
luckily
yet.
I've played most of the indies I want to play because I've got 2 big games on a marathon over Christmas that aren't indie. But anyway, that is going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, watching / listening, or whatever you chose to do.
Yeah.
it's really good of Slash to listen.
Yeah, he loves it.
He's
always
busy
playing
time
it,
at Guns
isn't
N'
he?
Roses,
Yeah.
but he comes back for it every week.
Oh, they're
That's
not
it.
busy.
Yeah. As always, guys, I have been Lewis. You can find me at What's Up Woody. To my left has been Tom. You can find him at Sugar and Profit. And to my right is Dan. You can find him at The Dice Bear. This podcast is available on all podcast services. It is available on video form.
Spotify?
Spotify now? Not yet. I got the email saying we're on Spotify, but then if I go onto it, it says Spotify podcasts for Spotify aren't available in this country still.
Oh, boo.
So it's
So that might be available to our American
yeah, but
other countries.
yeah. So it says
for
we're,
our own
it says
nation.
we're on, but if I search on Spotify, I can't find us.
Boo.
But then if I click on the link to update the RSS feed on Spotify,
Yeah.
it says that podcasts on this service aren't available in this country. It's a bit weird.
So,
But-
any of you American viewers or other places, can you find out if we're on
Yeah.
Spotify?
Let us know,
Just
please.
let us know.
That'd be amazing. But yeah, if you do like what we do, guys, and you want to hear more of us or hear our thoughts in more, or just hear about our general good and bad weeks, then $1 a month over on Patreon will get you exclusive pre and post show content. That stuff is only ever on Patreon. We also do anniversary content, like we've got an AMA up at the moment, and people watch that, and it's quite fun. It
Forgot
kind of
about
goes
that.
into it.
Forgot about that too, yeah.
I'm drunk in that, so...
And we and then also we're going to go record the Not So Indie show now, and you get a week early access to that, where we're going to be talking about our most games that defined a console, games that defined
Yes,
a console
that is
for
right.
us.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has
us.
been the Indie Critical Podcast, episode 63. As always, guys, thank you for stopping by and watching, and until next time, you stay indie credible.
So, yeah.
Bye.